Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Sorry, usually I have more things pulled up, but today's been a quick one. So I am Megan with the Academy of Logic and Light, and I'm here with our teachers, Julie, other side, and Elle below. And we're so excited to talk today about Pisces. I hope so. If you go to astro.com, you can pull up your birth chart there and see where Pisces is in your chart. I know I have some heavy Pisces placements, and so I'm ready to learn more about them and hear what everyone's got to say. Yay. So I'll just tell you a little more about the Academy and then turn the time over to our teachers. So the Academy of Logic and Light is a community education platform that provides a safe space for people to practice their spirituality without indoctrination. So we're holding monthly meetups every third Sunday of the month. We get together. Our next one coming up is called Sips and Sigils. And so we're going to be getting together and talking a little more about sigils and how you can use them in your practice and just for manifestation, that kind of thing. So we hope you can make it. We're super excited for that. And then, and that's on August 20th. And that's here in the Salt Lake Valley. So anyway, we are also on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all under Academy of Logic and Light, or you can find us online at academyoflogicandlight.org. We also have a Patreon, so if you like what you're seeing and you want more, you can join us over on Patreon, where we're going to be doing monthly live streams, and that's going to include our Astrology After Dark. So we're going to have Elle come on, and we're going to talk about maybe celebrity charts. We're going to have friends. We're going to have drinks. It's going to be fun. And yeah, join us over on Patreon if you're interested in content like that, as well as some other magical content that we are making and providing. If you're interested in teaching with us too, like Elle is and Julie are today, you can reach out to us on social media, or you can email us at academyoflogicandlight@gmail.com. Okay, I'll go ahead and roll the whatever it's called, the intro. We'll see you guys soon.
Oh, good morning. We didn't have a countdown. I was so thrown off. I was like,
oh, that's what it was. I was like, oh man, we're live. I just pushed go live and now we're live. That's why
I know. I was
so thrown off.
I was like,
let's start over
here.
I'll do the countdown now. We'll start over. That's exactly what it is.
You know, today is a little, it makes sense. We're talking about Pisces. Time is very weird today. We were just all talking about like, how is it already 9 o'clock? And I'm like, I didn't even wash my face. I didn't have time. I don't know what happened. Where did the time go?
Right. Oh, the dilation.
I was just looking through all my friends' charts real quick to see who I need to tag and tell to watch. Which should have been done before. It's fine. It's fine. All right, where are we at? Pisces. We've got our resident Pisces with us today.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around.
All right, what do we got? I also realized last night this should have been like an indication of today. I went to like plug in the Pisces facts, and like none of it was like the original slide just with Pisces in it. And I'm like, oh wow, I have to do them all right now. All right, February. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
Oh, saying, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm slumming it, so bear with me.
Pisces facts, February 19th through March 20th. Pisces is receptive, sensitive, imaginative, romantic, impressionable, and mystical, adaptable, and changeable. That was a lot of words to put in, and I was like, they all track. The duality is feminine, the triplicity is water, and the quadruplicity is mutable. The ruling planet is Neptune, the ancient god of the seas, second of the modern planets to be discovered in 1846. Neptune is the planet of illusion, glamour, mystery, and deception. Neptune has a rocky inner core that is completely surrounded by water. It has a 74% hydrogen, 25% helium, and 1% methane atmosphere. Neptune's climate is extremely cold. The birthstone is aquamarine, magnifies the occult powers, and brings serenity of mind. It also protects the wearer while at sea, which I just think was like so random. The symbol is two fishes tied together, swimming in opposite directions, signifying hidden depths, shifting emotional currents, conflicting desires, and extremes of temperament. I think honestly, this tells me everything. Like if I can't guess a sign, and I'm pretty good at guessing at parties, they're almost always a Pisces.
They're so hard to read. They're so hard.
And like very like out there, like, yeah, there's a lot. The glyph represents two fishes, but is also a picture of the human feet, the part of the body Pisces rules, which we'll cover in a little bit with Kat. In symbolic terms, the glyph is two crescent moons connected by a straight line. This represents emotion and higher consciousness tied to and limited by the material world. What were you going to say, Megan?
I was just going to say, I feel like part of the reason why they're hard to read is because they're always kind of receptive to so many other energies that they're not like standing out on their own as much. They're more like blending in with the school.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, Elle.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're natural empaths. So they feel everyone's emotions. And so it's almost like they kind of mask to that. Like they feel and they kind of chameleon-like. They change. They're always changing and they can transform into like other people's personalities around them, which is really interesting. They do it better than any other sign.
Yeah, mutable makes sense. Mutable, definitely. And when I was reading in one of the books, it was like Pisces are most prone to like alcohol and addictions. And I think that makes a lot of sense as an empath to like usually struggle with that as well, because you're not really sure what's yours and what someone else's.
True. It's sad to watch sometimes because you're like, there's such good, like sweet people, but they take on so much, and it's like, and they have to release somehow. They have to release. Know how to like do that in a healthy way. That is typically what they do is substance.
That definitely makes sense. Our metal is platinum. Our special colors are pale green and turquoise, the dreamy colors of the sea. Lucky day is Friday, and lucky numbers are 2 and 6. Are those in your favorite numbers, Megan?
No.
But who doesn't love a Friday?
That's true.
This one was actually really interesting. The Pisces fun facts: the flowers were the white lily, the white poppy, and the jonquil, which that is a picture of a jonquil because I did not know what they look like. I thought Pisces were going to have a little bit more like color in their flowers. Not so much. The trees were fig and willow, and the willow makes sense to me. Just like that's what an empath tree would look like. Excuse me. Cities are Casablanca, Alexandria, Lisbon, Seville. Wow, I cannot talk this morning. Seville and Dublin. Countries are Portugal and then the Sahara Desert. That one was actually surprising to me as well because I was like, is Pisces the oasis in the desert?
I'd say they're water. That would have been the last thing where my brain would have gone.
I know. I was like, and also is the Sahara Desert considered a country? I had some questions. I didn't write the book. I just deliver the material.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that. I always love those because they're just so interesting to see, like, and where they come up with it. I don't know. Maybe we need to look into that. Maybe we dive into that and figure that out and explain that. Nice. Yeah, Pisces are one of my favorite signs. I just had a baby that's a Pisces. She's very emotional. And it's very interesting because I have no water children except for her. So it's going to be a fun ride. Megan, I truly believe you are the exception to the rule. I need to really look into your chart because what I'm about to say about Pisces in the little time that I've known you, you don't really fit that groove. So you're very well put together. you know, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, there's got to be something so true to like your sun and moon and being aligned with those emotions and who you are. Like that has to give you like a superpower. But you have a lot of Aries in your chart, so I'm also going to say that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
But typically,
I snuck a peek at obviously the information you sent to Julie because it's all on the same thread, and I was like, oh, that's why. Because so I won't give anything away, but when we get to the point, I'll be like, I think this is why I have such a hard time with it.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, no, it's typically the one that has the most mental, or like they're the most like what's the word I'm looking for?
Aloof.
They struggle mentally a lot of times, Pisces. There's a lot going on. There's so many feelings that it almost just doesn't even resonate with thinking. There's just like so much going on internally in the emotional sector that it's like thoughts can't even like come out correctly because the feelings are so strong. So a little unstable. I think of Pisces as being very unstable, but in like the best way. Like some of my best friends are Pisces, and it's always a good time. I don't really know what to expect, and I've been in business with a lot of Pisces, and every time they do so well, but I never understand how they get there. I'm like, this makes no sense. Like how, like I know VPs of companies. I know one of my best friends, she owns her own companies. Very smart, very great at what she does. But her rhyme to reason to me, sometimes I'm just like, wait, I trust it because I know like she gets it. She does something right. She's got this far, but I'm just like, that makes no sense to me. And I'm really confused. But you know what? I trust you because you obviously have that good intuition that I lack or something.
Right. Yeah, they are very intuitive.
Yeah, yes, very. So I'm just going to kind of go into the planets. We've got the Pisces Sun. These people are very enchanting, mystical. They're very different. You guys watch Harry Potter, right?
Duh.
Yeah, of course. So Luna, is she not the most Pisces energy you've ever seen in your life?
I think she's Pisces and Taurus all in one.
Oh yeah, like a bundle of it. Maybe like a Pisces moon and Taurus. I don't know, but she to me is like the epitome of Pisces. What I think of a Pisces, Luna. I'm like for sure.
They're definitely like the witchiest.
The what?
Like some of the witchiest people.
Oh yeah, their intuition. It's almost like they aren't from here.
100%.
Like they truly aren't from this planet, and so they have this ability to tap into other areas that a lot of us can't. So I mean, intuition of a Pisces, it's unmatched for sure. So the sun, they're very different. One thing, like I said, every week a sign has kind of a theme to it. Pisces are different, mystical, all those things, but they're also very sweet. They're very kind. Typically I find they love animals, and they're huge advocates for like making sure that animals are safe. And like, there's just this thing about them that's very like protective of the innocent. And so that's kind of a Pisces energy thing, which goes along with the sun. The Pisces moon is a little different. Aside from Megan, every Pisces moon that I've ever met, there's some disconnect with the father. So they either have a really bad relationship, or a lot of them don't know him. I know like probably 12 people that I've done birth charts. I went through and counted that have Pisces moons that do not have a present father.
Wow.
So like that's impressive. And Megan is the only one that I've met that does. So 12-1 ratio right now is where I'm at. So if you're out there and you're listening and you have a great relationship with your father and you have a Pisces moon, just hit him my little DM and tell me like a little something, because I would like to see your chart.
Does it count if most of the guys I've dated have had daddy issues?
Maybe that's where you're getting it. I don't personally. There might be something to that. What's your Venus in?
Oh, I don't know. I'll look it up.
I'm sorry, I put you on the spot. I shouldn't do that.
You're good.
No, just if you find it, just let me know, because I'm curious with the issues. But these people can be messy. I mean, a Pisces moon, they're kind of like, they're very emotional. Pisces is a feeler. When you have the moon in a place of emotions, sometimes it can be just a little bit of a hot mess. My sister is an Aries Sun, Pisces moon. She is, I've said this before, like a goddess warrior crybaby. Like she's very emotional, and she's not a mess, but she's just like very emotional. That's the best way to say it. She just has like her feelings can get hurt easily. You have to be careful sometimes on how you say things. And that's just kind of odd for an Aries woman because they're typically like, no, you know, and she is very much like no and very strong. She does have a very emotional side to her. Kenzie. Sorry. I know, I'm like, it's so loud. Pisces Mercury, they think very differently. So this is in a placement of like how you think and how you speak. They're kind of outside of the box. These people can also be very awkward and seem kind of ditzy because, again, Pisces feels so much in a place of like Mercury where communication and thinking goes really heavy. It's kind of like makes them a little spacey. And so that's just kind of a generalization of a Pisces Mercury, but they're just, I don't know, they're very different. They think very differently, which I think is a really good thing because I think we need those people in life to really change things or help us do things differently. They're not conformed. They're not very traditional when it comes to the way they think. I always appreciate that. A Venus in Pisces. These are hopeless romantics. It's so cute. I think they just have like little stars in their eyes and they just like, you know, love the idea of being romanticized. Like they just are true romantics at heart. Very faithful, good in relationships. So Pisces Venus is very a good placement to have because it makes you really believe in true love. They can also be a little vulnerable or naive to like, I don't want to say predators, but narcissists. I mean, they are very open to a lot of people. And so a lot of times the bad can get in because they want to see the good in everyone. And that's a true Pisces trait is to see good in all. So
that's Amanda.
Yeah, she just, is that her?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, see?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but a romantic. Yeah. Loves to be, yes, I could see that. A Mars in Pisces, they're intuitive and they make moves based off of that. So they feel things and they're like, okay, I need to do this. And they take action based on how they're feeling. And they really trust that intuition, which is great because if anyone was going to trust their intuition, it would be a Pisces Mars. They can have short fuses though. You know, Mars has got a war and gets a little angry, and Pisces with all the feelings, sometimes it's hard to kind of channel that energy and not be explosive. So that's probably the only thing I would say that might be something that a lot of Pisces need to evolve on. If you have a Pisces and a Mars in Pisces, maybe work on patience and not being a short fuse. It's kind of the same when I talk about Pisces in the first house, Aries, Mars. It's that same kind of energy. It can make them short fused. The Pisces rising, I feel like when you meet a Pisces and you can't guess their sign, it's not a Pisces rising because I feel like you can spot a Pisces rising from a mile away. They're shy, they're sweet, they're naive, but they also have like this really, like I want to say like big, sad, not sad eyes, but just like the cat off of Puss in Boots. Those eyes, you know. That's like Pisces rising to me. They just like pull you in. You just want to take care of them and love them. So Pisces, I think they're cute. Pisces risings are very cute. They have a very sweet, a very subtle naiveness to them that makes you want to take care of them. Makes you want to like make sure they're doing okay. They're kind of damsels in distress overall, Pisces, but this one is a real placement to get people to do what you want based off the cuteness of your looks.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Slide.
Mm-hmm. Slide. All right. Pisces in the first house. So I put this in there because my old boss, who is like one of my best friends, she's a Pisces in the first house. She works out 3 times a week. I think she would work out every day if she could make time for it. But it's literally how she can get her frustrations and angers out. She's a property manager. She's a broker, actually. She owns property management companies, and she deals with a lot of stupid people, like a lot. And so she literally has to, like, she'll have a meeting and she'll come out all flustered and she's like, I got to go work this out. You know what I mean? Like physical activity is very healthy for her. These people typically can be loud, kind of that Aries energy. Pisces in the first house kind of brings a louder Pisces than most houses. And they're very friendly. They like to make friends. They like to be kind. It's just kind of a little Pisces Aries mix of a person in there. So very good placement to have. Oh, sorry. Pisces in the second house. These people are great with finances. First off, Pisces are great with finances anyways. They typically, the thought or the feeling of being financially unstable will literally cause them to crumble. So they're really good at holding on to good credit. They're really good at paying their bills. They do not like the feeling of not being secure financially. So when you have a Pisces sun in the second house, they're go the extra mile to make sure that their finances are in hand, that everything's paid on time, and that the, everything is good. They probably do good in investments. They're responsible, and they can typically be homebodies because Taurus energy in the second house, Pisces water, they kind of exclude themselves from everybody. Pisces in the third house, kind of a little more fun. They're childlike, playful, very distracted. A Pisces in the third house can be kind of like squirrel, like, it has that Gemini energy. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of mental thinking. There's a lot of just different things. So this can cause very just distracted behavior from a Pisces. Fourth house, these Pisces are motherly. They have strong intuition, and they typically like to cook. The fourth house is about family and home. Pisces likes to give and serve and take care. So these people really like to cook for their family. The fourth house kind of has that Cancer energy. Cancer is also very intuitive. And when you have a Pisces in the fourth house where it's like Cancer energy, it like magnifies their intuition. So really good placement. I would, if I were a Pisces, I'd want Pisces in the fourth house. If I wanted to be like a mom and stay home, or a dad and stay home, or whatever, because it's that kind of energy.
I need a Pisces fourth house in my life.
Hey, that wouldn't be a bad sign for you.
Right?
I'm like, Capricorn, okay. Pisces. Yeah.
Sounds complicated.
Yeah, very emotional. But if you can handle that. Huh. Capricorn, no emotions. Probably not. I don't know. It could balance you out. You never know. Like sometimes that does that in a weird way.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, Pisces in the fifth house. Falls in love daily. They are just lovers. They're very like, oh, I love him and I love him, or I love her and oh, she's perfect. And they're just kind of like hopeless romantics, but in a very shallow kind of way. Like there's sometimes, not a lot of depth there. But I mean, if the person's good to them or not, a lot of times Pisces stay with people way too long. I see that in a lot of Pisces as they hold on for longer than they should. But these people aren't great at dealing with problems. So they tend to run from them instead of dealing with them head on. And they're also, and this is a placement for them to imagine and daydream and have all these creative things in their head and just kind of really run with those. So a fun placement for a Pisces sun. I'm not sure that a lot gets done, but it's fun. Pisces in the sixth house. These are more practical Pisces. They're organized chaos. Like when you see that pile on someone's desk and you're like, holy shit, what is that? And they're like, oh, no, I know where that is. And they just pull it right out of the stack. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, how did you know that was there? That's like a Pisces in the sixth house, because the sixth house likes organized and like structure, but Pisces is not organized and it's not structured, but in their own little world, they do have a system and they have their way of things and it works for them. No one else understands it, but it works for them. And they like helping animals. I said that earlier. I feel like they're just huge animal lovers. Megan, are you an animal lover? Of course you are.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a zoo.
Oh, nice. I could see that. Like, yeah, I've never met a Pisces that didn't have a heart for animals.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. The Pisces in the seventh house, very dreamy, fashionable, relationship oriented. These people are always in relationships, sometimes 2 or 3. It just depends on, how other placements in their chart. But A seventh house Pisces is gets themselves in a lot of situationships. They just love everyone and everyone's so nice. And they're like, oh, I don't know how I ended up with 2 boyfriends. I was just being nice to both of them and I couldn't tell them no. And here I am. I have 2 now. It's fine. That's that kind of energy. But it's very sweet and it's kind of like naive. It's not like, they don't mean to. It just happens. Pisces in the 8th house, they can be worrisome, but they can be very focused. This is kind of a good placement. It taps into that Scorpio energy. And so Pisces and Scorpio, they really vibe. And so again, like the 4th house, very intuitive, very occult-like, witchy. I mean, these people probably are like, I just see them as being like palm readers, tarot readers, astrologers in some gypsy town living their best life. And they're compassionate. They have a lot of fire. They have a lot of feelings of compassion for people. So this one really ignites that compassion area because, Scorpio can be very dark and heavy and scary, but they are very compassionate people. So when you mix that with Pisces who are compassionate themselves, it really magnifies that and makes them very compassionate. All right, Pisces in the 9th house. I put nerdy in there because I think of like your Pisces male friend. Is he kind of like nerdy and just knows so much information?
Yeah, about the most random things.
Random things. I find that a lot with the masculine energy of Pisces. Not that the feminine doesn't. It's just I feel like every Pisces male has this, or masculine energy has like so much knowledge. I used to work with a guy and I'd be like, oh yeah, I did this. And he's like, oh, did you know in 1972 of da 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 da? And I'd just be like, no. And he was like,
no one cares.
No one knows that. No one knows that. And he was like what was it? Like he worked on campaigns for like political parties.
Oh wow.
And he knew so much. Like he was just like one of these fascinating people that I'm like, everything. And he took a lot of shrooms. Like I don't know if that like heightened him, but I'm just like, Dave, you know so much about like so much. And I'm just like, I don't know. I just think they're really cool because they're smart. And I've had a few of those people in my life that I've worked with that are the masculine energies that just know a lot. I think of this. So the 9th house, they're very nerdy because they know so much. I think they retain so much information. It just doesn't ever leave their minds. It's like once they read something or learn something, it's there forever. These people like to travel alone. Pisces can be a loner, and a Pisces in the 9th house is not someone that enjoys a lot of company while traveling abroad. It's kind of like, I enjoy traveling alone and not dealing, because they feel so much. And sometimes when they have a friend along, their friend feels things, and then now they're feeling for both of them, and then that's annoying because they can't even enjoy their trip. So that's yeah. They're very smart and they know a lot. That's kind of what I was going over with my friend Dave, who's Pisces. Hi, Savvy. My cat's like, hello. Pisces in the 10th house. These are more structured Pisces. They typically are successful and they can be kind of strict. Pisces normally aren't strict. They're kind of like, whatever. But this kind of gives them a little more Capricorn strictness, direct vibes. Pisces are not very direct. They hate to deliver bad news. They hate to be like, you suck at your job. Like they want to be like, you're really good at these things, but I don't know. They have a hard time firing people. I've always fired people for my Pisces bosses. I've always been the person like, I'm like, let me just handle it. I know this is causing you, like they'll think about it for weeks before and stress out about it. And I'm like, just let me do it. It's fine. Take this off your brain. They're just very sweet. They're kind. They don't like to hurt people. And that's what I love about Pisces, honestly. All right, Pisces in the 11th house. So this is like kind of contradicting. I put dishonesty with friends and always doing for friends. And what I mean by that is they sometimes, what's the best way to put this? They don't want to like hurt their friends. So they're not truly honest with them. Like they will say more or less what their friends want to hear than maybe the truth. But they're always doing for them. They're very kind, but they can be very naive. And so that's kind of the placement for this. they don't want to hurt feelings. Again, they just try to say what you want to hear, and maybe like, no, you don't look horrible in that shirt. Definitely not your color, but like, I'm not gonna say that.
Not a direct communicator.
No, very passive. All right, and then Pisces in the 12th house. This is like intuitive times 1,000. These people like can sense, like, if you have just a thought and they're like, wait, what did you say? And you're like, I didn't say that. I just thought it. And they're like, oh. They have to kind of mask that too, like, oh, I'm like reading minds again. I need to like calm down. People are gonna get really freaked out by me. I truly believe these people can read thoughts. I've seen it where I'm like, I don't know. I just know that they know what I'm thinking. I know they can either feel what I'm thinking. I don't know what they do or how it works, but I have a few people that I've had friends with that have Pisces in the 12th house, and they're so psychic. It's insane to be.
That's
so
wild.
It is. They're very spiritual, and they're hard to understand. Like, Pisces in the 12th house is like, so Pisces is one of those signs that's kind of unpredictable in a way of like, you never know what they're going to do next. They might shift here. They might do this. They decided they changed their mind on this. They're forever changing. And when you have it in the 12th house of like daydreams and, Pisces energy, it's like, I don't know. These people are, to me, the hardest to read of all the zodiac. If I had to pick one placement, one sign, sun sign, Pisces in the 12th house.
So,
Megan, what are you?
I'm 12th house. That's why when I read it, I was like, hard to understand. I was like, that's why I always feel like it never rings true for me, because I'm like, I don't know if that's the way that my Pisces really shows up, or
no, it doesn't at all. You're very easy to understand. So what would you say about your intuition? Do you read minds?
I definitely, like, if someone's attitude shifts, I know like immediately. And so that's like a big thing that I've always kind of like picked up on. Like, people don't have to say anything to me, but I'll just be like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, nothing. And I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the intuition on you, I'm sure, is amazing. And I feel like even as time goes on, like, it grows stronger and stronger. Like, I feel like a lot of times like younger Pisces question things because they're like, oh, that doesn't make sense because the world says that I should be this, but I feel this, and they see things and know things. Like, I don't know if you felt that way as a kid.
Kind of. I wouldn't say that I ever really felt like I don't know. I luckily grew up in a household that just kind of encouraged me to be me. So
I love
it
that.
helped a lot. But I just have always been very like go with my gut on stuff. And from a young age, I noticed that it would start to pay off. And so I was like, yeah, okay. I guess I just got to do this.
Doing that.
Yeah.
Love that. Well, I think Pisces truly is one of the sweetest, kindest. I have a hard time sometimes reading a Pisces. Oh, sorry. I'm on my couch and I'm like propped up. Pisces and Libra have kind of the same energy to me. They're both very sweet. They're both very kind. Pisces just, there's a lot more depth there. There's a lot more, like, they feel so much more and they have so much more depth in their soul, I feel like. Not that Libras can't have depth. I just don't typically see that in Libras. I'm a Libra. I can say that. We're shallow sometimes.
No hate mail.
No hate, yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. Pisces is just one of my favorite signs. They're different. I appreciate different. I think they're the ones that truly push us in the world and kind of change and shift the way that society goes, because they do think different. They fight against, things that aren't right, and they're sweet and kind, and they don't like to fight with friends or say mean things to people, but they will fight for a cause. So I don't know. I just think that Pisces are like a little special signs. I love that.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, we've got the mystic, the dreamer, the poet, and the dancer. The high road Pisces is creative, artistic, psychic, trusting, and idealistic. And a low road Pisces is escapism, confused, spacey, secretive, and gullible. I thought it was so interesting to put secretive and gullible all in the same sentence. You know what I mean? Like you're keeping your secrets to yourself, but you're believing everyone else's. It's just like so Pisces.
Yeah. They're very naive and gullible.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, because I think they want to see the best in everyone, right?
100%.
Excuse me, the polarity for Pisces is Virgo, and the life lessons are establish boundaries, acknowledge your wisdom, and let go of unconscious fear. The esoteric is spiritual savior, selfless service, and seeking oneness. And Pisces rules the feet. And with that, we have a little video from Kat talking about body movement for feet.
Hi, everybody. The body part for Pisces is feet. I can't believe we are already at Pisces. I don't know if you have noticed the trend of how body parts correlate to the zodiac circle, with Aries starting the zodiac circle with the head, face, and eyes, moving into Taurus with the neck, ears, and throat, and Gemini, Cancer, Leo, so forth, all the way down the body, the way that the zodiac wheel spins. Pisces energy tends to hold a little bit of energy from the entire zodiac. They are the finishing of the wheel. They are the deep fish in the sea. And they have a little piece of all of the signs that have come before, which is very reminiscent of feet. If you know anything about reflexology, the entire body exists within the map of the feet. Feet oftentimes are either loved or hated. I think that it's super interesting, the relationship that people have with their feet, when our feet literally hold our entire physical existence upon them, especially the bottoms of our feet. In reflexology, the map goes from the top of the toe to the bottom. You can kind of line it up, head, spine, so forth, all the way down. So a good foot massage, which I think is why people really like foot massages, and if you don't, there may be some work around why you don't like feet massage, because I have found that typically people that don't like their feet touched are typically people that tend to feel very disconnected from their own body, because there is so much energy that exists in your feet. And your feet, the nerves in your feet, are connected to every other part of your body. So if you are feeling disconnected from your body, a foot massage is a great way to feel more connected to your body. And if it's something that you absolutely cannot stand, it may be worth diving a little bit deeper into why that is for you. But Pisces, our feet, they hold a lot of energy. They are very deep and they like to be very connected. So showing your feet a lot of extra love can really, really bring you into balance. Not to mention how grounding it can be to show your feet some love and gratitude for all that they do for you in your life, supporting you and holding all the weight and energy that you have in them. I am so grateful to have been on this journey with you around the zodiac, guiding you through the different body parts that are associated with each zodiac sign. I'm sure I will see you again soon. And much love and blessings.
Thanks, Kat.
Thank you, Kat.
That was actually super interesting about the feet. That makes so much more sense why I can never figure them out. They represent all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Makes so much more sense.
Now I'm like thinking, like, who do I know that doesn't like their feet touched?
I know, right? I was like, yeah, we learned a lot.
Are you disconnected with your body? They're gonna be like, stop.
I'm supposed to be the mind reader.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, that was so interesting. Lots of things that, like, I don't know. It was cool the way that the reflexology like tied back into all of it.
Yeah, I love that. Way to bring it back.
Yeah.
Anyway, I always find that the lives are so much information. Like even I like when she comes on or just different things, I'm like questions that people ask or comments that they kind of add. I'm like, that's so cool because there's so much that you learn, especially if you're not familiar with astrology and you just kind of tune in. And you're like, wow, I didn't know that the polarity was Virgo or this or the city was
fun facts.
The Sahara Desert, the country.
And sometimes those are the things that help you remember how to manage the sign, as well as like remembering one of those pieces of information can be like, oh, okay, yes. I mean, maybe don't use Sahara Desert for Pisces particularly,
but hey, if you're going to take them on a date, take them on a date on a Friday. You know, that's going to be their best day. So, I mean,
$6.
Yeah.
I
love it.
This is good. Let's see. Yeah, I was looking at the glyphs too, and I was like, I don't see any of these. I'm not seeing them.
No,
at all.
I was like, is it the curve part that's like the arch, and then there's nothing, or is it supposed to be like the ball, the toes, and the heel?
I don't know. Let's go back to. I want to zoom into it. Maybe.
Hold on. Yeah. Let me get to the slides, and it was. We're so close. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So maybe. I don't know how.
I know.
I don't know how feet are there, but
it's set on the. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that.
It's also a picture of the human feet.
I was like, no, for caveman?
Yeah.
Did you like know how to draw toes? I got
to be fair, toes and fingers are very hard to draw. So
they are. I just drew some alien fingers the other day, and it was easier because there's only 3.
Oh, yeah. And they're alien, so it can be a little, crooked. I mean, it makes for a better finger if it's crooked.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like the hardest to tattoo too. They're like not easy.
Yeah. So that is a foot.
Okay.
There it is.
I don't see it, but maybe.
Right.
Oh my God. For Pisces. And
we made it through the zodiac, through all the signs.
I can't believe it. Like, this is our 17th class, guys. We're dedicated.
I know. I'm in a house that's, I don't have a setup. I'm just kind of like winging it on my couch. Julie's been in other countries.
Yeah, I haven't had Wi-Fi in 2 weeks.
Oh, shit. Here we are thriving.
Loving it.
Yeah, all of us have been going through a lot, and somehow we've still managed to do 17 classes, and at 9 a.m. Like,
I know.
I have a newborn.
Yeah, like you guys.
Like my hair just says it all. I'm just gonna say.
You guys are superheroes. I don't even have kids, and I'm like barely managing.
Yeah, Megan and I, she's got 2 littles. That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. Well, next week we'll be back with the planets, and we'll be doing a deep dive. And I encourage everyone to sign up to the Patreon. We keep classes for free as long as possible, and then our lowest tier is $5. It supports us. It at least helps us pay the bills. And basically, the deep dive through astrology. These classes cost over $10,000, and our whole goal is to not gatekeep the information. It is accessible for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to us here on YouTube. We've got more stuff coming. We've even got
Hopefully Barb is listening. Thanks, Barb, for all
Hey, Barb. And also check out our Instagram, our TikTok's up there. We haven't really done much, but like come support us, please. We love everybody and we hope to keep doing this.
Yes.
Awesome. We will see y'all next Tuesday.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.